Could you be sabotaging your business without even realizing it? The truth is, if you haven't taken the time to map out your customer journey, you're leaving money on the table, and probably a lot of it. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the core components of an evergreen funnel so that you can now set up a funnel or a system that runs on autopilot while you sleep. I'll be sharing a few tips to consider when you create your lead magnet, how to build a compelling landing page that converts, and how to craft a seamless customer journey from interest to purchase. Also, I'll be diving into tripwires, order bumps, and upsells, which are all essential strategies that you can use to boost your revenue. So if you're ready to turn your business into a well-oiled machine, let's jump in. So I feel like the best place for me to start is by explaining exactly what an evergreen funnel is. So an evergreen funnel is a marketing strategy that automates the process of nurturing leads and converting them into customers. And unlike traditional marketing campaigns that have a set end date, evergreen funnels operate continuously and allow you to consistently generate leads and sales. There's generally a lot of work that goes into setting up your funnel initially, but once it's done, it will pretty much generate leads and sales for you on autopilot, which is what we want in an ideal world. Now, to build a truly powerful funnel, there are a few key components that you need to get right, which is why I'm going to be breaking this down in this video, starting with the lead funnel, which is the part of your funnel that generates interest from your ideal customers and pretty much sets the scene for nurturing your leads and sharing your offers. And the first thing I want to talk about is your lead magnet, which is pretty much the superstar of your lead funnel, as this is the most common way for getting your ideal customers actually into your funnel. And because your lead magnet is what your prospects are essentially going to be trading their valuable contact information for, it really does need to be good. So when creating it, you need to be asking yourself, what is the one thing that your ideal customer absolutely needs right now? It could be a cheat sheet, a free video tutorial, or a quick win checklist. But whatever it is, it's your job to make sure that it's so good that they'd be absolutely crazy not to give you their email address for it. So when creating your lead magnet, it's also important that it relates directly to your main offer, because if they download a freebie that's completely unrelated to your paid offer, what you'll find is that you'll lose them before they get anywhere near hitting the buy button. Okay, so next I just want to touch on driving traffic to your lead magnet, because again, this is really important when it comes to creating your funnel. So visibility is literally everything. You might have this awesome lead magnet or offer, but how do you actually get eyeballs on it? Well, there are a few things that you can do to get prospects to download your lead magnet. So firstly, make sure that your lead magnet is prominently displayed on your website. And this means making sure that it's accessible on all pages. And an easy way to do this is just to have a static banner that sits on either the top or the bottom of the page. Or you could create a pop-up promoting your lead magnet offer that appears when someone starts to scroll down the page or when they click on a particular page of your website. So something that I found to work really well is to create a trigger that activates the pop-up just before someone is leaving the website. I found that this method has had a really high conversion rate for me. So it's definitely something that I would encourage you to try on your own website. So the goal is to actually capture and entice your visitors to join your email list, where you then have permission and access to nurture them further. So you can also run Facebook ads to your lead magnet or use other forms of paid advertising like Google Ads or YouTube. And this is going to help you to get more eyeballs on your lead magnet and could drastically increase the chances of people clicking on it and actually opting onto your list. And then another way that you can get potential visitors to click on your lead magnet is by creating content around your lead magnet. So what you could do is create a blog post, you could create videos, podcast episodes that are related to the topic of your lead magnet, and then direct people to download your lead magnet if they want to learn more about the topic. So to give you an example of what I mean, I'm just going to head over to my blog. I'm going to click on a post, and what you can see here is a banner which links directly to my lead magnet. And what I've done here is the topic of the blog post and the lead magnet that is linked to this blog post are related. And so when someone reads this blog post, if they want more actionable steps or more information, what they can do is then go ahead and download my lead magnet. And of course, once someone clicks on that link, they're directed to my landing page, which you're going to need to be able to push out your lead magnet or to get those opt-ins. But that's exactly what I'm going to be getting into next, so hang tight. Also, for more ideas on how to promote your lead magnet, I do have another video which I'm going to link below, which is called the 8-step system to growing your email list, which you should definitely watch after this video, and which I will link again down below in the description. All right, so once you have your lead magnet, it's time to build your landing page. And this is where people go after clicking on your lead magnet, as I mentioned before. And the whole point of this page is to get them to take some kind of action. And that action is usually to download your freebie, so download your lead magnet. So your landing page doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, the simpler it is the better. What I found is that the simpler a landing page is created is the higher the conversion rate for that landing page. So don't spend too much time on this, but it does have to be engaging and it does have to be to the point. And one of the best ways to grab attention is by using a copywriting framework called the PAS formula. And don't worry, it's not as fancy as it sounds, and I'm definitely going to be breaking it down for you, but it's pretty much all about speaking directly to your audience's needs and kind of nudging them to take a specific action. So PAS stands for problem, agitation, solution. And it's like a mini story that you tell on your landing page or on your sales page that starts with your audience's problem, then cranks up the pressure by showing them how bad things can get, and then swoops in with your superstar offer as the perfect fix for their problem. So here what I'm doing is pretty much hitting on something that I know my audience is struggling with. They're reading this and they're thinking, yep, that's exactly my problem. And then once you've managed to get their attention with the problem, it's time to turn up the heat by agitating the problem a little bit. And this is all about making them really feel the pain of not solving their problem. So this step is all about making the problem feel so urgent and impossible to ignore. So following on from the last example, here I could say something like, every day you're losing out on potential customers because your social media strategy isn't working. Watching your competitors gain followers while posts get crickets isn't just annoying, it's costing you big time. So hopefully you can see what I've done here, because what I've done is I've taken their frustration and made it even more real. So they should now be feeling that pressure and be kind of primed to find a way out of that struggle. And then the final part is where I come in with the solution. So my lead magnet or my offer. And this is the part that I make them aware that I've got what they need and what they've been looking for. So I might say something like, but it doesn't have to be this way. My free social media growth blueprint shows you the exact strategies to boost your followers, increase engagement, and get your brand noticed. Download it now and start turning things around today. So this is a super simple but effective framework that will hopefully help you create the copy for your high converting landing pages or sales pages. And by following this framework, you can easily position your lead magnet as the answer to your ideal customers' prayers so that they're actually ready to click on that button and grab your offer, giving you their email address. Remember, your goal at this stage is to get them to the next step and to move them further down your funnel. So you need to craft a landing page that actually compels people to move forward in their journey while making it as easy as possible for them to do so. Right, once you've created your landing page, it's time for the next piece of the lead funnel, which is your thank you page. So this page isn't just a polite formality. It's actually a key moment in your customer's journey because it's the first page that they see after actually signing up, which makes it a golden opportunity for you to reinforce their decision, improve their experience, and even get them more engaged with your business. Now, when it comes to creating your thank you page, there are 4 main things that you're going to want to do here. So the first thing is to make sure you express gratitude. So start by thanking your customer for their action, whether it's a purchase, a sign up, a download. And the reason that this is important is because a sincere message goes a really long way towards building trust and, starting that relationship off right. So you also want to be confirming next steps with them. People pretty much like to know what to expect. So lay it out for them clearly and let them know what's happening next. That could be providing download instructions, delivery details, or even login information for a digital product. So try to make it crystal clear what they should expect next after they've made their purchase. So for example, you might say something like, your free guide is on its way to your inbox. Check your email in the next few minutes for your download link. If you don't see it, check your spam folder or promotions folder. So it could be something as simple as that. Next, and this one is optional, but consider offering some kind of additional resource. So you might choose not to stop at thank you. You might take it further. And this is a great moment for you to offer more value. So you could provide links to a related blog post, to a video that you've created, to a tutorial. You basically want to be given something that complements their purchase or their sign up in some way, because this is a great way to keep them engaged and give them more reason to stick around. And then lastly, you want to be encouraging social sharing. So your thank you page can also be a really powerful social sharing tool. So encourage your customers to kind of spread the word about their new purchase or sign up. And you could even offer incentives like discounts on their next order, or maybe entry into a free giveaway if they share you on their social media platform. So for example, you might say something like, share the love, follow us on Instagram and tag us with your purchase for a chance to win a $50 gift card. Something like that. Or you could say something like, share the love and you'll get a 10% off your next purchase. Something simple like that. So these are just a few things that you can add to your thank you page to enhance the customer experience and actually build on those relationships. Now here's a pro tip. Don't let the thank you page be the end. The worst thing that you can do is let your thank you page be the first and last time that you ever have contact with them. You really want to be using it to guide your customer further down your funnel, whether that's engaging with your content, sharing on social, or you could even make some kind of thank you offer on your thank you page, which then extends into the person's emails. But you definitely don't want that to be it. Right, now it's time to move on to tripwires, which is a really, really great way to monetize your funnel really early on. So a tripwire is pretty much a low price product or service that helps you convert a lead into a customer straight away. So right off the bat. And this is a good way to generate revenue and upsell customers even before they lay eyes on your main product or service. Plus, once someone actually makes a small purchase from you, they're much more likely to buy again in the future, which again is why this is so powerful. With a tripwire, you're building trust and proving your value right from the start, which can make it a lot easier to upsell or offer more expensive products later on down the line. So the key to creating a successful tripwire is to offer something of real value that your prospects won't be able to resist, and it should also be priced low enough to make it easy for them to make a yes decision, right? So you don't want them to have to overthink it or to spend too much time kind of contemplating whether or not they should or they shouldn't. It should be something that they see it and they're like, oh wow, like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to get this again, so I better get it now. Kind of those kind of vibes. So depending on the type of business that you have, your tripwire could be something like a discounted mini course, which kind of goes over some of the key topics that you know your audience is struggling with. It could be an exclusive ebook that's packed with actionable strategies and insights. It could be a toolkit or a template pack that saves your customers time and effort. It could be a limited time trial offer for maybe a subscription service or anything else that you feel like your customer would find valuable. Okay, next, once you've decided on the right tripwire, you'll need to make sure that it's easy for your prospects to find and purchase, which you can pretty much do by creating a sales page for your tripwire. So you also want to try and make sure that your tripwire is closely related to your main offer, because by doing so, what you're actually doing is setting the stage for future sales. Ultimately, the goal of your tripwire is to naturally lead your customers further down your funnel. Now, I do practice what I preach when it comes to this stuff, and I do use tripwires all the time in my own business. So I have created multiple lead magnets, and each one is designed to attract a specific audience. And for every lead magnet that I create, I do pair it with a tailored tripwire offer. So for example, if someone downloads my free business starter kit, then they'll immediately get taken to a Tripwire page that offers them a discounted resource bundle that includes things like templates, guides, extra materials, and other stuff that they can use to accelerate their progress. So from deciding to download my lead magnet, they're then offered a Tripwire, which feels literally like the perfect next step for what I know they want to achieve. So this not only brings in constant revenue, but it also helps build a stronger relationship with my audience by offering them something valuable straight away. So think about what you could offer to your prospects as a Tripwire. You know, if you're looking to grow your business and increase revenue, creating a Tripwire is definitely one of the best strategies that you can use to do that. And by combining it with an autoresponder email sequence, you'll be able to easily maximize your revenue potential. So I just want to share a few tips for creating your Tripwire. And the first one is to keep it affordable. So your Tripwire should be priced low enough to encourage impulse purchases, and it should basically be a no-brainer decision for your prospects who are interested in your lead magnet. So basically you want them to see it and think, yeah, why not? Your Tripwire should also offer a high perceived value. So even though it is low cost, it should still be packed with like loads and loads of value, as I mentioned earlier, and it should complement the initial lead magnet and provide immediate benefits that enhance your customer's experience. So it should be the natural next step. You really want your customers to walk away feeling like they got a really, really good deal. You should also be positioning your Tripwire as an exclusive offer, so you can use language that kind of emphasizes the exclusivity or limited time nature of the offer. So use phrases like only available today or available for the next 15 minutes, because this is going to really help to nudge people towards making a quicker decision. And then my final tip is make it easy for customers to purchase. Don't make your prospects have to jump through hoops or look for it. The process needs to be easy, smooth, and fast to be able to have a high conversion rate. So it's important to reduce any barriers or friction points that might be stopping customers from actually buying. And then, as I mentioned before, when you combine your Tripwire offer with an email autoresponder sequence, you create a system that will nurture your new buyers and guide them towards your bigger offers. So again, take a moment to really think about what you can offer your audience as a Tripwire. You know, what's the one irresistible offer that will turn your leads into buyers straight away? And remember that this needs to be the natural next step from downloading your lead magnet. Right, before we jump into the next part, which is building your sales funnels, I do have something extra special that I want to share with you, which is going to save you a ton of time and frustration. So if the thought of creating your own funnels feels a little bit daunting and you'd rather opt for a done-for-you version, then I invite you to check out my Instant Profit Funnel Kit, which I created in System.io. And this is exactly what you need to take the guesswork and the frustration out of creating a high converting sales funnel. And the one-click import feature means that with just one click, you'll have a fully optimized sales funnel working for you on autopilot. So I'm going to leave the link in the description for anybody who wants to check that out. Okay, so now we've dived into the lead funnel, which is the first part of your funnel that gets the new leads onto your list and into your ecosystem. So the lead funnel is super important, but it's obviously not the only step. It's just the first step. Once you actually have leads on your list, this is where the magic really happens. It's time to nurture them and present your main offer. And to do that, you're going to need to create a powerful sales page. So creating your sales page is pretty much like setting the stage for your product's grand debut. It's where you get to show off everything that's amazing about your main offer and convince your audience that they absolutely need it in their lives. So I'm going to break down the core elements of a sales page so that you can create one that's able to do the heavy lifting for you when it comes to actually making sales on autopilot. And first things first, the initial thing people will notice when they land on your sales page is the headline. So it needs to be able to stop them in their tracks. So think of your headline as the opening line of a captivating story. So it should essentially spark interest and make people want to read more and learn more. And to be able to do this, you're going to want to use clear and bold language that highlights the main benefit of your product or service. So for example, instead of saying something like learn photography, you might say Transform your photography skills in just 30 days with our expert guide. So it's all about showing the potential transformation or benefit that someone will gain from purchasing your product. And then once you've hooked them with your headline and subheading, it's time to dive into the story. And not just any story, but your story. People love stories, especially ones they can relate to. So share the journey of how your product came to be, you know, the problem it solves, and also the benefits that it's actually going to offer your customers. You know, how has it transformed your life or the lives of others? You really want to be getting personal, and you really want to be authentic here. You want them to be able to feel that connection, which is pretty much done by weaving in emotions and personal experiences to make what you're selling relatable and engaging. So for example, if you were selling a health and wellness program, you might share a story about how you personally struggled with maintaining a healthy lifestyle and how your program was the breakthrough that you needed to experience for your own transformation. Again, the key here is to make it personal and authentic so that your audience feels connected to your story. And then next, you want to be highlighting the benefits of your product. This is where a lot of people go wrong because they focus too much on the features and not enough on the benefits. And while, you know, the features are also important, what really sells a product is the benefits and the transformation that it provides. So instead of just listing what your product does, focus on how it actually will improve your customers' lives. Now let's move on to trust. People are way more likely to buy something if they see that other people have benefited from it first. So showcasing any testimonials or case studies or reviews is a really powerful way for you to build credibility. So share stories from any satisfied customers that you have that have actually achieved results or success using your product. And if possible, include their photos or videos to make your social proof a little bit more credible. If you're a new business and you don't have any social proof yet, what you can do is offer a free trial or a beta version to kind of gather feedback and testimonials from initial users. Remember, genuine social proof can really enhance the trustworthiness of your sales page and also increase your sales conversion. And that is why it's so important. Once people see what other people have achieved with your product, they're going to be a lot more confident about saying yes themselves. Okay, next, your sales page should guide visitors to take some kind of action, whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a free trial, or booking a call. So you should be using clear and compelling call to actions that tell your visitors exactly what you want them to do. So you don't want your call to actions to be ambiguous in any kind of way, shape, or form. Make it clear, make it bold, and make it exciting. So you also want to make sure that you're positioning your CTAs throughout your page. So as a minimum, this should be at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end. This way, wherever your reader is in their decision-making process, there's an easy way that they'll be able to move on to the next step. Next, your visitors might have some doubts or questions about your product. So address these objections head on your sales page and try to anticipate the questions that they might have and provide clear answers. So any reason that you feel like your customer might not buy your product, add that to your sales page at the bottom in the frequently asked questions with the answer to why this is not a problem. I'd also recommend adding a money back guarantee to help reduce the risk from the customer's decision to purchase. So for example, you might offer a 30-day or a 14-day money back guarantee to show confidence in your own product. So you basically want to reassure them that they're making a smart investment by choosing your product. And then lastly, make your sales page visually pleasing. So people are visual creatures. I am, you probably are. So make your page look amazing and be sure that the overall feel, look, and aesthetic of your page is on point. So you want to be using high quality images, engaging videos, and eye-catching graphics to kind of keep them hooked, but also keep it clean and simple. So me saying this is one thing, but you don't want to overpack the page because that's going to overwhelm your visitors and probably have them clicking off, which again is what you don't want to do. You really want your page to flow naturally, so you don't want it to feel cluttered. And then most importantly, you definitely need to make sure that your sales page is mobile optimized. And the reason this is so important is because what you'll find is that a huge number of people shop on their phones. So if your sales page doesn't look good or doesn't work properly on their phone, then you're going to be missing out on sales. So it's really important to take a moment to test your page on different devices just to make sure that it looks good and that everything is working as it should be. Creating a winning sales page is a blend of both art and strategy. So when you can hook your audience with a strong headline, when you can share an engaging story and show them the benefits of your product, when you can add social proof in the mix and also add compelling CTAs and address their concerns head on, that's when you know that you're going to have a sales page that's going to turn browsers into buyers. So if you want to learn in more detail how to create a winning sales page, you can watch the video that I've linked on screen now. And I'm also leaving the link in the description for the video so you don't have to go around and search for it if you're looking for it later. All right, now let's talk about one of the most effective ways to increase your revenue with minimal effort, and that's with an order bump. So if you don't already know, an order bump is a strategic offer presented to customers during the checkout process. So picture this, your customer is already checking out, they have their wallet in hand or their card in hand, and they're ready to make a purchase. This is a golden moment for you to offer them something extra that you know is going to enhance their experience without them even having to think twice about it. And that's exactly what an order bump does. So it's a strategic complimentary offer that's presented right before they click buy. And it's typically a low-cost product or service that enhances their primary purchase. And don't sleep on this, because this tactic can really increase your average order value by encouraging your customers to add more items to their cart just before completing their purchase. Now, when it comes to nailing your order bumps, relevance is everything. So your order bump needs to make sense in relation to your main product, as I mentioned. So think about what would improve your customer's experience or solve a related issue. So for example, let's say that you're selling an online photography course. The perfect order bump could be a pack of professional presets for their editing, right? And the reason we know this will work well is because they've already invested in learning. So why not offer them something that complements their new skills? Next, you want to keep it simple and keep it clear. So the beauty of an order bump lies in its simplicity. So your offer should be easy to understand and even easier to add to the cart. So on most funnel platforms, what you'll have is the option to just add a single checkbox with a short, punchy description of what your order bump actually does, and that usually does the trick. So it will say something like, add the photography preset pack for just £9 more or $9 more. So again, make the call to action clear and compelling so that they can't resist clicking that box and adding the bump to their order. You also want to be highlighting the instant benefits. So remember that your order bump isn't just, another product, it's actually a quick win for your customer. So emphasize the immediate benefits that they're going to get from making the purchase or adding it to their order. Make them feel like saying no would be a missed opportunity. So the goal is to make this decision so obvious and so valuable that it's a no-brainer. So another real life example of an order bump is, imagine a customer is purchasing, say, a digital marketing course. An effective order bump might be offering a set of ready-to-use marketing templates for a small business. And you could present them with a bump message like, want to fast-track your success? Add our exclusive marketing template bundle for just $9 and get instant access to proven strategies that you can implement today. So as you can see, it's directly tied to the main purchase and gives them an extra edge, all for a low additional cost. So order bumps tap into the psychology of the moment. So your customer is ready, they're committed to make their purchase. So adding something small to enhance it feels like an easy and smart decision. It doesn't interrupt their flow, it doesn't feel pushy, and most importantly, it increases your average order value with zero extra work on their part. All right, now that your customer has made their initial purchase, it's time to introduce them to the next big opportunity, which is the upsell. So this is your chance to provide even more value and at the same time boost your revenue by offering an additional product or service that, the same as the bump offer, enhances what it is that they've already bought. So for example, if someone purchased an online course, you could offer them a one-to-one coaching session or extra materials to accelerate their progress. Remember when creating an upsell that it's important to make sure that it's relevant and that it adds a ton of value to their initial order. So make sure that you're clearly explaining the benefits of the upsell on the sales page, and also, if possible, you want to be including social proof to help validate your offer. So 3 things to consider when it comes to choosing and creating your upsell are: you need to be making sure that it aligns with your core offer, which I've mentioned, which again means your upsell should be the next logical step from the original purchase. So it should pretty much feel like an upgrade or an advanced level of the product that they initially bought, and should be a way for them to supercharge their results. So the key with your upsell is to enhance what it is that they already have. Next, you want to demonstrate the added value, and this is where you paint the picture of what their life could look like with this additional added value. So again, clearly highlight how the upsell is directly going to benefit them. You know, what results can they expect to achieve? How will this upgrade make things faster or easier or more enjoyable? And then lastly, you want to be adding a sense of urgency, because as we know, there's nothing like a ticking clock to push people to take action. So use things like time-sensitive offers or limited availability to create urgency around your upsell, and make it clear that the upsell is a special opportunity that won't be around forever and that's not accessible anywhere else. Because what this will hopefully do is give them a reason to act now. Upsells not only increase your revenue, but also enhance your customers' experience by offering them even more value. They're already in the buying mindset, so presenting an additional offer that feels aligned is an easy way to boost sales without actually being pushy. And then following on from there, we have the downsell. So if your customer doesn't take the upsell, you could present them with a downsell offer. So think of the downsell as another chance to make a sell. It's kind of like offering a mini version of your upsell, which is less fancy but still packed with loads of value. So now we've been through some of the different parts of sales funnels, one thing that should be really clear to you now is how creating an evergreen sales funnel and putting it to work in your business is going to be a powerful engine that's going to allow you to drive consistent sales and growth. And by using these strategies mentioned, so your lead funnel, your sales funnel, which includes your sales page, order bump, upsells and downsells, you're setting up a seamless automated system that nurtures leads, builds trust, and converts prospects into loyal customers. And remember, if all of this sounds like a lot of work, don't worry, I've got you all the way covered. You can use my instant profit funnel kit to pretty much take the stress out of building your sales funnels. So it comes with everything you need to turn browsers into buyers quickly and effortlessly, and can be sitting on your System.io dashboard in literally the click of a button, ready for you to customize and use to start generating leads and sales on autopilot. So I'm going to leave the link in the description for that, for anyone who is interested in checking it out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you got some value from this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any more tips on how to grow your business. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. You know, are you mapping out your customer journey? Are you creating funnels yet? Let me know what your biggest challenges are. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and I'm going to see you in the next video.